over there. Big red lips, long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me catch you stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Hey, now, would you look over there? Long black boots with long hair. Say, come here, baby, let me catch you stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Ain't no girl like, ain't no girl like that. No girl like that. I just want to talk to you. Want to talk to you. Come on, let's drive around. Take the top down, fool around. Come on, let's drive around. Take the top down, fool around. Hey! Hey now, would you look over there? Big red lips and long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you a stare. Woo! Walk over there.
Boom.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, that's how you start a wacky Wednesday for September 21st. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Sign up today. Follow the top pickers each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. And a little bit of a rough day here for the closers here at the bullpen. In fact, I already went 4-11. Very rare you see Art have a losing day. Same thing with Mags. And I took the day off yesterday. I was just, Tuesday, Generation Tuesday, right? Generate the Stats Tuesday. Very busy doing all the generation of the stats. So the time I looked up, it was already in the afternoon. I said, oh, crap, I forgot to make my picks. But picks are in today. Picks are already in at bullpenpicks.com. And if you want to see my picks today, at Bullpen, all you got to do is go to the website bullpenpicks.com, go to most followed, and once you get there, look for Ron Raymond, click on follow my picks, and you will see what I got going today for a wacky Wednesday, September 21st. Yeah, woo, it is a wacky Wednesday. Also, don't forget, follow the World Series of Handicapping Pro Football Contest, season number 11. Season number 11. How many football contests you know is over 10 years in existence, right? Well, the World Series is one of them, and you can follow the top pickers each and every day. In fact, you can still play. It's free to play. All you got to do to enter is go to World Series of Handicapping.com, sign up, make your 7 selections each and every week, and if you get 7-0, you will win a free 1-year membership at ATSstats.com, a $99 value, and all you got to do is just sign up and play and have fun, make 7 selections, and we'll see if our leaders can hold the pack here after week number 2, and hopefully you guys have a good week with your NFL contest selection right here at World Series of Handicapping.com. All right, it is a wacky Wednesday. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. It's 21 degrees here in the nation's capital. It is a overcast day, and I've been saying that a lot lately. Not a lot of sun these days in Ottawa, and hopefully it's nice and sunny where you're at, and hopefully it was raining W's last night. And this just in.
Holy cow!
Yeah. So 3 more runs just came in the Blue Jay game last night. Man, I don't know if it was the Toronto Argonauts playing last night against the Philadelphia Eagles, but that turned out to be a if you're a star, if you're a pitcher and you need a job, I think you could have been used last night in Philadelphia because talk about a weird 14-7, you think 14-5, you think the lead is safe, and next thing you know, it's like, holy geez, 14-10. What's going on over here, eh? Yeah, what's going on in the bullpen? And I was just thinking, if you're going into the playoffs...
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah, if you're Toronto, you're going into the playoffs. That's not the type of pitching you want to be doing in September, right? If you go into September baseball, it's all about pitching. Your 1, number 2, and number 3 starters have got to be lights out, got to give a minimum of 6 innings. And, It's going to be tough to beat the Dodgers, Yankees, Astros. Those are, to me, those are the top dogs right now in Major League Baseball. But it's a fun time of year. And today it is a wacky Wednesday. And we've got a great show lined up for you guys here today. I did a little bit of research yesterday. One thing I like to do now in the afternoon, now that I've cut down a little bit of my daily videos, is I like to do the research in the afternoon. So this way, when I come on the show here in the morning, I give you the pearls, right, baby? Hey, just straight pearls. Just give them the pearls. You could be a Nobel Peace Prize winner in this industry, but if you don't give them the pearls, they don't really care, right? But yeah, I got a great angle that I'm going to share with you guys here today, and it's called the Jekyll and Hyde angle, home and away teams, and we'll talk to that when we get in that segment. But right now, I'd be remiss if I didn't say hello to the bullpen, and those are the Ramblers, Gamblers who stumble and tumble into the bullpen each and every morning, and Bo Jackson is the first one in here today. Good morning, Bo Jackson. Hopefully you're having yourself a good start to your morning. I know the Blue Jays, Bo's a big Blue Jay fan. Hey, you probably don't know where to go wander the streets now in Toronto, because Bo's normally at all the Toronto games, and maybe he's just recharging the batteries when the Blue Jays come home, right? So good on Bo Jackson. F is in the house. Wacky Wednesday. When in doubt, get out, so I don't fall victim to trap games morning all. Yeah, when in doubt, get out. That's one of my sayings when you're reviewing, you're handicapping all your games, and you know those days where you just like you can't even see a pick that you really like, and you don't want to force it, right? So when in doubt, get out, live another day. That's one of my mottos. Gloria K is in the house.
Put that coffee down.
Yeah, Gloria K is a closer, and we all know what coffee's about, right?
Coffee's for closers only.
Exactly. Coffee is for closers only. Oh, God.
Struggling.
Yeah, got to get my old Joel Namath. I think every Wednesday I struggle a bit here with the having the brain match the lips here. But yeah, we're Wacky Wednesday, right? What are you going to expect? All right, so it is a Wacky Wednesday, and good morning, Gloria. And where are you at now? You still in St. Louis, Indianapolis? Hey, where's Waldo today, Gloria? I'm at a tournament now. It's local though. I'm gonna have to leave by early. Ron B's in the house. Good morning, bullpen. Good morning, Ron. Richard Taylor's in the house. West Coast here. My pillow marks on my face. Hey, we appreciate you, Richard, for getting up early in the morning, and hopefully we can show you the money.
Show me the money!
Yeah, for making that effort to get up. And yeah, you know what? We got a lot of people in the West Coast. Peyton, the sports girl, she's on the West Coast too. Sometimes she gets up. So yeah, appreciate you making the effort this morning, Richard. And thank you for getting up on the East Coast time. Yeah, hey Bo, how's your Blue Jays? Bo Jackson, yeah, just played the Red Sox and some K-props for yesterday. Good morning, Lee Clark. Lee Clark is in the house, and hope you're having a top of the morning, Lee. Bo Jackson, light work. Hit the thumb buttons, everybody. Yeah, if you do like the show, hit those thumb buttons, and let's see if we can get 30 likes here today on the show. Crap ton of MLB games today. Yeah, you know what? The thing was on Tuesday, Generation Tuesday. That's where I generate all the stats. I did have a little bit more time this morning, so I did a little bit of research, and I'll share you my thoughts. I had one pick yesterday. It was the Blue Jay game. I thought we were safe. Nothing was safe in that game. The 5-0 was the third inning. The first inning we had 3 runs. I was like, oh wow, don't you love those games? If you're Ross Stripling and Matt Chapman, he just cranked one right out of the yard. That was a beautiful home run. You ever watch a game and you just see the swing? It's like boom, gone. You just know right away, right? Hey, there's just when you watch that Matt Chapman home run yesterday, it was a no doubter. Like boom, out of here. But yeah, we had to sweat that. I didn't think we'd have to sweat a 14-5, 14-7 lead, but we did a bit. But we got the win. That was the only game that I liked yesterday, and hopefully you guys were on it. Crap a ton base. Good morning. Thanks for the win on the Blue Jays, Lori Schumacher. Good morning, Lori, and you're welcome. Anyone who took the over in the Blue Jay games should get paid twice for that game. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. Hey, Ron B says anyone who took the Blue Jay game yesterday, the over, they should get paid twice because yeah, I think we doubled the score in that one. Brent Vianney, I did at Ron. Nice, good job, Brent. And Halliday Anderson is in the house. Good morning, Halliday, and good morning everybody who makes the effort to make a roll call. Hey, that's what we remember in the military. We used to have roll call, and then we hit the parade. Probably one of the best things in my 20s I ever did was join the military. Got me a lot of structure and discipline. Probably drives my wife nuts now that I'm so structured and disciplined. And yeah, it's just I'm a very routine oriented person. And yeah, so the military, I got to thank them for that because I didn't have a lot of structure in my teenage years, but I do now in my later years. All right. We've got a great show lined up for you today, and as always, we always start off the show with a little sports betting 101 education, and let's get to the toolbox. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, you know I'm all about fundamentals, and just like a football coach who's teaching fundamentals to either Pop Warner, a Pee-wee, Mosquito, high school, JV high school, college, even in the pros, you got to have fundamentals. And if you tune into the Raymond Report each and every day, this is par for the course. I'm going to teach you guys about value, percentage play, the performance cycles, player availability, and I'm going to use a very disciplined money management system when I make my bets. And as always, I always ask this question at the top of the show: what type of investor are you? Are you an action investor? Are you the short-term investor who just wants the home run right away and don't want a single? Or you're the sports betting investor, the long-term investor, singles, and singles do lead to doubles, to triples, and then you get your home run. But you got to determine what type of investor are you. And if you're watching the show for the very first time, get ready for a lot of questions today, self observations, and you got to be honest with yourself. If you are investing your money into sports, you got to be honest with yourself and don't have a short-term mindset, right? You got to play the long game in sports betting. And you got to determine what type of investor are you. Are you just here for the short term? I got a $200 bankroll, and if I lose it, so what? And that's fine. It's your money. You can do whatever you want. But if you enjoy betting on sports and you want to have fun at it, right, Rex?
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Yeah, you got to have fun doing it, because if you don't have fun sports betting, I tell you, the NFL, it's been anything but fun, right? The NFL stands for not for long, as Jerry Glanville would say. If you're having a really rough start in the NFL, sometimes it's good just to sit back. Less is more, right? Have that less is more philosophy. And the two important rules of the Raymond Report: always follow the winning percentage, and line price determines the value. And I say this all the time. We all want the Yankees at minus 120, Houston Dodgers at minus 125, but you're never going to see the Apple Tesla stock at $10, right? If you want something of quality, you're going to have to pay a little bit of money, but pick your spots when you are betting into those teams. And the non-negotiables, right? That's one word I love saying, the non-negotiables of sports betting. Rule number one of sports betting, and you got to get this clear right off the hop: bookmaker's not your friend. Bookmaker is not your friend, and it's not the bank, and that's why they're called a sports book and casino, because at the end of the day, it's you against the bookmaker, and they're there to make money too, right? If they don't make money, guess what? They're not in business anymore. Less is more. If you use that philosophy in life, not just in sports betting, you will see that life is it'll be much, much easier to handle. Also, the three rules of the Raymond Report, or the three types of team that you're going to hear me talk about here today: A, B, and C type teams in the Raymond Report. A type teams are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. B type teams are 50 to 59.9. And C type teams, well, as Denis Lemieux would say,
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Yeah, we never bet on C type teams. Well, I do the odd time, depending on what sport it is. And if I do, it's beer and pizza money. But those are teams with a below 500 record. Rule number 4 is well, it's not a rule, but it's one of the things you're going to hear me say a lot here today. You're going to hear me talk about teams that are bullish, neutral, and bearish. And bullish teams are 7-0, 6-1, 5-2 in their last 7 games, or 2-1, 3-0 in football. And neutral teams 3-4, 4-3 last 7, and bearish teams 0-7, 1-6, 2-5. And we know the rules. We don't bet on bearish teams in the Raymond Report. And I use a very disciplined money management system. Situational handicapping plays a major role on how much money you should wager. And this is one of my favorites, one here: Bill Parcells, right? You are what your record says you are, says Bill Parcells all the time. And we all want that perfect Picasso, right? I call it, the perfect pick, the perfect Picasso. But the percentage play plays a huge role, and here's a great example of the percentage play. And now you see in front of you the A, B, and C type teams. You got the Yankees, Cardinals, and Detroit. Now I'm just using this as an example. It's not the true reflection of the standings. Let's say the Yankees have a 72 win percentage, 53, and 42. And let's say all three of these teams are on a 3-game losing streak. Which team has the better odds, the percentage play, of winning their next game? And that, my friends, in a nutshell, is what I call the percentage play, and would be the Yankees, right? Because that, to me, if the Yankees have a winning percentage of 72%, What does that mean? That means you probably have a 72% chance of winning your bet, and 53 for St. Louis and 42 for the Tigers. And that's why I always say, when you bet on C-type teams and you're expecting A-type results, well, keep drinking the Kool-Aid, right? Keep drinking the Kool-Aid, because that ain't happening. All right, let's get to the top 10 commandments of sports betting. These are some of my golden rules of investing. And speaking of golden rules, avoid betting big money on C-type teams in the Raymond Report. Teams like the Tigers.
No, you don't do that.
No, you don't do that. Never lay points. I don't lay points anyways. I'll bet the money line, or I'll take the points and I'll bet the over-under. I don't bet on double headers in baseball. I just
No, you
don't do that. I follow a disciplined money management system. I never force a pick because I need action on a game. Yesterday is probably a good example for a lot of people.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that. Never, never. Never chase losing bets on a bad day. Bet with your wallet, not your heart. Trying to beat the number. Yeah, remember that? You're always trying to beat the number. It's your number against the bookmaker's number, and you're not trying to score points in fantasy league if you are betting money in the sports books. Never bet against A-type teams who are bullish at home.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Never, never. 24-hour rule of betting. That's, when I hear people say they enjoy the 24-hour rule, then they get it, right? They absolutely get it. And patience. It takes patience. So with the 24-hour rule, let's say, when people are new to the show for the very first time, you say, well, what's this 24-hour rule he's talking about? You score big. You make a big killing, or you make a big win, and you're like, man, I crushed the book yesterday. But the next day, you just turn around, you gave it all back. That, you go from your high to the low, right? What you want to do, take 24 hours off, enjoy those wins, because you never know when you're going to get that next big win. That's it. And you can use that in sports, in anything, right? You just don't know when you're going to get that next big win. So if you get a big score, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Go treat your better half, and maybe go out and treat yourself to a nice dinner, and enjoy the wins. Enjoy the wins, because you never know when you're going to get them. And never bet on teams who are in a bearish cycle. That is rule number 10 of the Raymond Report. And there you have it. That
No,
is.
you don't do that.
You
Don't do that. Nope. And that is some of my golden rules of sports betting. Here's my disciplined money management system in the Raymond Report. As you know, I'm going to talk about A, B, and C-type teams that are bullish, neutral, and bearish. And depending if they're home or away, you'll see the number of recommendations of units that I will recommend betting on those teams. All right, that is a little sports betting 101 of the Raymond Report. And each and every day we always start off the show like that, because got to go back to your fundamentals, right? I'm sure my good friend Bien Trabajo, the DB out there, I'm sure, in football, we call them the EDDs, right? And I'm sure all the football guys, or even the hockey guys and all the sports people will know that, right? EDD. You know what EDD stands for? Your everyday drills, right? Your everyday drills, and this is part of the everyday drills. Hey, maybe that's what we'll call the segment, the EDDs of sports betting, the everyday drills, because you know what? When you're making your sports bet, how many times, after a night of sports handicapping, you had a bad night and you're like, what did I miss? Go back to your EDDs. Just go back to your fundamentals and your everyday drills. All right, at the top of the show, you know what we do? We always go feed the ponies. There he is. There's my good friend Bien Trabajo. Yeah, EDDs, right, Bien? Your everyday drills. All right, they're moving in the gate. Yeah, they'll be off and running today at Churchill Downs, 12:45 post time in the first race today at Churchill Downs, a $10,000 claiming race. And if you're going to bet this race, it's 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. And we are going to recommend a nice long shot in race number 1. 15-1 morning line on ZU at the race. ZU at the race, the number 6 horse with LeBron in the saddle, 29%. The number 1 horse, West Warpath, Lannery, is in the saddle here on the 5-1 morning line. And the number 8 horse, is that Chad Powers I see at number 8, Eli? Hey, do you guys see that Chad Powers video? That was kind of funny. Vilsana, 28% in the saddle, 28% for Eli, the number 8. Wow, we got some big numbers here in race number 1. But if you're going to bet like I do today in race number 1 today at Churchill Downs, I'm going to go with the 4 horse, Violent Gigi. Wow, Violent Gigi. I don't know if I want to mess with Violent Gigi. Franco's in the saddle here, 24% in the saddle. And you can see Rusty likes Violent Gigi too, so maybe that's that's a sign you got to bet on Violent Gigi, 2-1 morning line. And if you're going to bet the 4-horse today in race number 1 at Churchill Downs, the way I recommend you do it is called the Double Dutch betting system, and you put 10 to win, 10 to place on the number 4-horse, Violent Gigi. Comes in first, you get paid twice. Comes in second, get paid once, which is also nice. And that is your free horse racing tip today for Churchill Downs. All right, so 1 minute to post time. We already did that, but how you guys doing today? You having a good wacky Wednesday? I know Wednesday is hump day, and it's a pretty busy day here today, but got all my sheets in. I got all my college football, my NFL, and I'm looking forward to going through that segment with you guys on the Jekyll and Hyde teams. But before we do, let's get to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's take a look at Major League Baseball yesterday. And this just in.
Hello again, everybody.
No, wrong one.
Holy cow!
Blue Jays just hit just scored another run. Hey, what a crazy game that was. That game was felt like till 2 in the morning. All right, 50%, so 8-8 yesterday. We did have a double header, so the underdogs did have a pretty good day. That's why you're seeing that bullpen. Some of the guys didn't have a good day. A lot of chalk eaters there at bullpen, but that's okay. Hey, chalk gets the money too. 6-10 to the under, and if you look at the 7-day average, 59.9% of the favorites have cashed in, and you know what? That's right in line with the season average at 59.4, and the 7-day average in the under. Look at the under, 56.4. So a lot of baseball unders have come in the last 7 days, and that is your SBI today for a wacky Wednesday, September 21st. All right, let's take a look at the Bears and Bulls report. I gotta get a good Bears and Bulls soundbite right here, eh? The ABCs. Hey, where's my ABCs?
These are the ABCs of me, baby.
Yeah, these are the ABCs of me. And you can see right here, we're still very bullish with the A-type teams in the Rain report. Teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. And all rise for the judge on the home run number 60 last night for Aaron Judge. And congrats to Aaron Judge and the Yankees. The Yankees are playing some really good baseball right now. So it's a fun time of year to follow baseball. And all the teams that are A-type teams are bullish. The B-type teams that are very bearish right now, you got Seattle and Philadelphia. And what I would do if you're looking at Seattle or Philly today, I would lay off those teams until they get back in a neutral situation. And if you're going to bet B-type teams, Toronto, Cleveland, San Diego look like pretty good bets here today. But I do like St. Louis against the Padres with Miles Michaelis going here today. Tampa Bay, they're facing a contender right now in Houston. And as much as I like Tampa Bay, you got to tip your hat off to Houston. They clinched the division, and they're still playing for keeps, right? They clinched the division 2 nights ago. But hey, somebody needs to tell Dusty Baker. Dusty Baker's not taking the foot off the pedal, right? And that's what you got to do in sports. Hey, you play to win the game. I don't know if I should use this for Herm. He just got fired, but wrong one. Hey, good old Herm Edwards.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Yeah, you play to win the game. Even though you won the division, you don't take days off, right? It's I always say, especially when we're coaching football and we're taking the trip down the 401, we're going to Toronto or something, and we're taking I always say, look, guys, we just spent 5 hours on the bus. We're not here for a group hug, right? Let's go get that W. Let's get back on the bus. Let's get some pizza and bring it back to O-Town, right? And that's what we do most of the times when we coach football is we go for that W. And teams play for the dub, right? They play for the dub, and you gotta hang that W. Makes for a nice, funner bus ride once you get that W on road games, right? All right, so good stuff. Says Bo Jackson, gotta do the dailies. And again, if you guys enjoy the show, hit that like button. We're only at 9 right now. Let's get that up to 30 today, and let's get more dubs here. Hey, more thumbs up on the thumb there. All right, what do we got next here? We got all right, my favorite segment right here. Now, Jekyll and Hyde NFL type teams, right? So if you go to the front page of ATSstats.com and you go to home, you'll see that in the section right here, you see 6 NFL football teams would have a Jekyll and Hyde tendency. And good morning, Mitchell Watson. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, YouTube bullpen. Yeah, don't forget, guys, join the bullpen today. Join the channel. If you enjoy the channel, you want to support it, join our membership, and you will get 50% off your membership right here at atsstats.com, and I'll send you the promo code. But let's get to the Jekyll and Hyde article. All right, get your pen and papers ready, because this is a very fascinating review that we're going to do right now. All right, so when you're looking at football games, do you ever have this mindset? You're like, home teams and road teams, right? I was thinking about the Vikings the other night. Why are they crapping the bed in Philly when they beat Aaron Rodgers at home? I don't know what the Viking Dome is called anymore, but it used to be the Metrodome. But you just beat the Aaron Rodgers, LaFleur, a Green Bay Packer team at home. You go to Philly against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, a good football team, but then you don't even show up. Like, you don't even show up and compete. And I'm like, okay, Jekyll and Hyde, man, what these Jekyll and Hyde type teams, right? So what I did is I went to my old faithful database and I said, okay, let's go get all the home teams last 5 years. All right, the 2017 season, right until this year. I took the first 2 weeks in the NFL, and I went to get the road teams, right? So in 2017's, and you guys hear me say this a lot, right? If you're going to bet straight up, the against the point spread factor, depending on which sport, the percentage numbers don't jive, man. They just don't jive, and this is why I tend to bet money lines more often than I'll never lay points in sports, right? You know the reason why. It's like to me, it's a 2-team parlay. If I got to get a team to win and cover the spread, that's called a 2-team parlay, right? But the books won't tell you that. So if you look in 2017, home teams won 56% of the game. Now, not home favorites, not home underdogs, simple home teams. But they only covered 51%. That's a 5% difference right there, right? 59% in 2018, a 47% difference. Now, I highlighted in orange here just to show you the difference of all the years that I'm doing here. So that's a pretty big difference right there. That's a 12% difference. 59% straight up, but 47 against the point spread. So if underdogs did pretty good probably that year. 52 and 46. 50 and 49, 51 and 48, and 54 this year, and 51, right? So this year, 54% of the home teams have won straight up in week number 2, and then only covered 51%. But that's what the bookmaker. Look at the bookmaker, right? The bookmakers, this is their column right here. Their objective is to get anywhere from 47 to 53% so they can make their vigorous, right? But you look at this column right here, 56, 59, 52, 50, 51, 54. You know what that tells me? Parity. That just tells me we're getting more and more parity in sports. Now here's the difference. Here's the difference. No sound bites here. This is a serious show here. I got to get this is serious. This is a serious article here. I can't get into soundbite mode. All right. 2017 road teams 44% compared to 56%, right? But look at that. They covered 56% of the game. 41, 59%. So they won 41% of the game, but 59% against the point spread. 48%, 52, very tight. And I put these, the ones in the white background, those are like noticeable. And the ones that are very tight, I put them highlighted here, right? 50-50, even Steven, there's a Seinfeld episode right there. 49% and 51%. So you see from 2019, basically the COVID years, right? 2019, 2021. Road teams won almost and covered the spread at the same percentage play. And so far this year, road teams, 46%, 54%. So what does that tell you right here? And here's what I'm going to, my observation, I'm going to share with you what I think. I think from a market psychology point of view, right? I'm always talking about market psychology. And, my good friend Ross Benjamin, who'll be on the show tomorrow, we always talk about this. Think like a bookmaker. You got to think like a bookmaker, and when you're putting out a number, and don't think like a fantasy player, don't think like a fan, think like an accountant. Hey, maybe that's a better way to say it. Think like a sports accountant. Hey, I don't know if that words exist, but I just made a new word, a sports accountant. All right, so what you want to do, you want to put on your accountant hat and say, all right, and here I'm going to play Dr. Fraser Crane here for a couple of minutes. From a market psychology point of view, when you're making your picks, there's a certain dopamine that kicks in when you do home teams, right? You're always saying, okay, they're at home in front of their fans. You know, they're a small favorite. They should win. But look at the facts. Hey, just the facts, man. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those 6 years. None of the straight up home factors have a winning against the point spread factor. And you look at over here, the road teams, losing record, but look at the point spread. All have a better ATS record, right? So when you're making your picks, keep this in mind when you're doing your selections. You know what? It's so easy to get swayed to the home team, right? Hey, I love the home team. They're going to cover the spread, but the bookmakers know that. And there's a certain comfort feeling. You guys hear me say this all the time, the comfort level, right? And I say you're going to sometimes make a pick, an uncomfortable pick of the day. In fact, go to my sheet right here. And the uncomfortable picks this week, when you're looking at the matchup this week, and just tell me if you agree with me with these selections. All right, I'm going to tell you guys the matchup, and your first instinct, your first reaction is going to go to the favorite, right? Indianapolis, KC. What's your first reaction? KC, right? Uncomfortable pick, Indianapolis. Washington, Philadelphia. Uncomfortable pick, Washington, right? Jacksonville, LA Chargers. Right away, Chargers, right? Jacksonville, you know, I like Jacksonville. I think they're, you know, now they got a real, you know, NFL head coach. Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Why is Cleveland favored, right? Why is Cleveland favored? Everybody's going to be on Pittsburgh. I think Cleveland's going to be an uncomfortable pick. New York Jets, probably the most uncomfortable pick of the week against Cincinnati, right? I think about 70% of the people are going to be on Cincinnati. Denver, San Francisco. Everybody's going to be on San Fran. And then Chicago, Houston. That can go either way. But what I'm trying to get at, you see when I mentioned those teams, how your feelings went exactly to the strongest team, right? And then you're saying, oh boy, I can't take the Jets. I can't take Denver the way they're playing. I can't take Indianapolis the way they're playing. That's the uncomfortable pick, right? Some of these teams are at home. Some of these teams are on the road. But just take, you know, when you're doing your handicapping this week, keep this in mind. It's so easy to take the home teams and the point spread, but when you're taking the road teams, just look at the percentage play, because a lot of people, and think like a bookmaker, they know the road teams don't win at a high clip. In fact, road teams the last 5 years only win at 46%, where home teams win 54%. But look at the point spread difference. 54% of the road teams have covered the last 5 years compared to 49%. All right, so just keep that in mind. Now let's go to the Jekyll and Hyde teams, and this is where I come down with the last 2.5 years, right? So I'm going back to last 2 years. So this year I took the first 2 games. Last year, 2021, and then 2020, right? Yeah, 2020, 2021, and this year. So last 2.5 years, but we're in the third year. So what I did is I went and I got all the ranked all the teams home record. So you can see here, and I didn't do percentage play. I just did the record, but this column right here is a straight up record. So look at all the home team records right here. Kansas City, the number 1 team the last 3 years with a home record. Could change this year for the Bills. Buffalo right there, number 2, 17 wins. Green Bay, number 3 at 17 wins. Los Angeles Rams, number 4. Tampa Bay, number 5 at 14 wins. Pittsburgh, 13 wins. You got Cleveland at 12 wins. Miami at 12. A little surprising to see the Dolphins in there. Tennessee at 12, and then Seattle. Believe it or not, Seattle is the number 10th, the ranked number 10 in winning percentage when it comes to the top 10 teams. Now, of all these teams here that I just mentioned, only 5 of these teams, and guess what? It's the top 5, right? And this is where, when in the random report I talk about A, B, and C type teams, you can do the A, B, C's, or maybe the A, B's in the top 10, right? So I look at this is like A plus, and this is like A minus type teams, right? Kansas City, Buffalo, Green Bay, LA, and Tampa Bay. If you look beside, I put their ranking of their road record. So Tampa Bay, the number 1 road team when it comes to winning percentage. Kansas City, number 2. Buffalo, look at that, number 7. So they're in the top 10. And let me see, Rams, number 4. So Kansas City, Buffalo, Green Bay, Rams, and Tampa Bay. This is what I call the trust factor. You can probably trust these teams depending on the line from a straight up factor, right? When it comes to the point spread, look at this. This is what I found fascinating. Of the top 10 teams of the home teams, only 3 teams have a losing record against the point spread. Kansas City, Pittsburgh, and the Cleveland Browns. Now, what's the common denominator out of that? I'm not quite sure, but the thing that comes to my mind, popularity of the teams, right? Popularity of the high-profile quarterback. Popularity, the Steelers, Cleveland Browns. They went through they won the popularity contest on Twitter when they had OBJ, they had Baker Mayfield, Landry. When they had all those guys, it came with a lot of hype, right? But the bookmakers know that. Those bookmakers know that the Twitter teams, right? Those Twitter teams that people are following. But guess what? Bookmakers go, okay, we'll give you the straight up factor. This is like negotiation with the bookmakers, right? All right, we'll give you the straight up win, but we're going to take back on the ATS side of things. And that's what they've done. 5-13, 9-10, 10-13. But look at this. Look at this. So home teams, and again, think like a bookmaker, like my good friend Ross Benjamin says. And when you come back and you think of those home teams, it's tough. And I'll come back to this ratio right here, 54%, 49%. But look at this. Of the top 10 teams on the road, look at that. The top 10 teams, the Buccaneers, Kansas City, Arizona. Arizona's a good road team, 13-6. Maybe it's a cupcake schedule. I don't know. Maybe they're tougher at home, the opponents. The Rams, the Saints, 49ers, Bills, Ravens, Packers, and the Raiders, right? Those are your road warriors. But look at that. None of these teams have a losing record against the point spread. Some of them are at 500, but not one team in the top 10 on the road have a losing record against the point spread, and that's what I found pretty amazing. All right, so I want to show you that. Now, here's the Jekyll and Hyde part, right? Just like the title says, Jekyll and Hyde of football. Now, all these teams in orange, what I did is I looked and I cross-referenced their home and road record, and I said, okay, I'm going to go with the ranking, and if a team has a ranking of 10 or more, they're going to be a Jekyll and Hyde team, right? So when I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, they are ranked 6 with a 13-5-1 record, but they're ranked 17. Look at that, 17 on the road. So can you trust Pittsburgh on the road? You can trust them at home, and again, there's that word, trust factor, right? Can I trust the Pittsburgh Steelers at home? Or can I trust them on the road? Obviously, I can't. Number 2, the Chargers, ranked 14th, but 24th on the road. Now, the first thing that came to my mind about the Chargers, they don't travel well. How can you be ranked 14th? And then 14 is pretty low when you think about it. 14 at home is pretty low, but the upside of the Chargers is more positive than some of these teams, right? But how on earth can you be 24 with a quarterback like Herbert the last 2.5 years? And he's been there a couple years now. So this tells me they don't travel well, and must be, I don't know if it's East Coast games, but look at that, 7-10 on the road, 8-7-2 against the number. Not a great number. The New Orleans Saints ranked 15th at home, but look at that, 5 on the road. Saints, road warriors when it comes to road teams. Let me see, Arizona 19th at home, but look at that. How on earth do you become the 3rd best road team the last 3 years when you're, you would think, okay, if I'm ranked number 3 on the road, I got to be in the top 10, right? 19, 19, that's not good. Not good. Says, when was it Brady Hoke when he found out that Urban Meyer was going to Michigan? Not good. All right, yeah, not good right there. I don't understand that. The Raiders, 22nd at home, but look at this, 10th on the road, a top team on the road. But how can you poop the bed? And first thing that comes to mind, what are you doing on Saturday nights? Hey, I know you're in Las Vegas, Raider players. Are you guys in bed on Saturday nights or what? Because hey, how on earth are you a 22 ranked team in Vegas? But I know they're new to Vegas there the last couple of years. But you gotta start asking your question, like, why are we ranked 22nd at home, but we're top 10 on the road? Don't get it. Maybe you need to play more road games. And San Francisco. Yeah, this is not a San Francisco treat when they play at home, right? 26 at home, but number 6 on the road. So Jekyll and Hyde team. So when you're doing your handicapping, keep this in mind when you're looking at these NFL teams, right? Keep this in mind when you're looking at these NFL teams. Can you really trust some of these Jekyll and Hyde type teams at home or on the road? Because to me, the Vikings this weekend, that to me, I'm very observant when it comes to this stuff, and I say, okay, you know what? It's like the caramel secret. I got to go find it. What's going on here? Why is Minnesota, a crap team. Where's Minnesota at home? 17. And on the road, where are they on the road? 25. And they got a pretty decent quarterback, middle of the pack quarterback. They got Dalvin Cook, they got Jefferson. Like, they got a good team. The defense has been the question mark. And you know what? You had a head coach like Zimmer who's a defensive mind. I just don't understand how they can be that bad defensively. When you think of Minnesota, those great years that they had great defenses, it's just they're a shell of themselves what they used to be, right? So anyways, a little Jekyll and Hyde, and all these teams in blue. If you're asking, hey Ron, what's the blue background? Check this out. This is the over-under record. The LA Rams at home, 75% of the games have gone under. 5-15-0 at home the last two and a half years. Minnesota 11-6 at home. Chicago Bears at home 5-12. Probably all those rain games, right? Raiders 12-6 to the over. Look at the Giants, the New York Football Giants, 12-15 to the under. That's amazing. That is quite amazing. 6-12 for the Commanders, 12-6 to the over for Detroit. You know what? Everybody knows that the over in Detroit is a pretty good bet most of the time, right? 6-12 to the under for the Jaguars. That's the home team. And when you look at the road teams, Kansas City 12-6 to the over. Arizona 4-14-1 to the under. Man, defense stepping up, right? Defense stepping up. The Bills 13-6 to the over. Baltimore 6-13 to the under. Titans 13-4 to the over. Tennessee Titans on the road last 2.5 years, 13-4 to the over. Cincinnati, and here's the thing, right? You think of Cincinnati, what do you think of? You think of Joe Burrow, Chase, like you think of, Mixon, the offense, right? But, the bookmakers see that too. The bookmaker reads your mind. They know what you're thinking. They're saying, you know what? These guys see Burrow. They see Chase. They see the high, high offense, octane offense. They're going to think over. Sure enough, they hang a number where you get the under, right? Same thing with the Giants, 6-12 to the under. So something to think about when you're handicapping. And man, this is, I know this is pretty heavy stuff for a lot of people right now, especially a recreational gambler that's probably going like, well, what the SU stand for, right? Hey, straight up factor. And again, I know I'm laughing, but a lot of people will get emails. What does ATS stand for? Against the spread. SU, straight up. OU, over under, right? And I say that because some people are new to sports betting. They don't really understand it, right? And another thing that I get a lot, when I do over-unders, my commentaries, they'll say, hey, you said 14-4-1 to the under, but it's 4-14-1. I thought, the first column when you're reading over-under numbers, the first number you see in this here is always the over. So always think over, under, push when you're reading columns, and there you go. All right, so there you have it. That is the Ron's workshop, I guess we'll call that, right? Jekyll and Hyde. But again, now that I'm not doing a lot of videos during the day, one thing about doing videos it really takes away from the grunt work. I'm a real, I like to take pride. I used to think when you're doing business, you can have so many philosophy and you can get really clouded judgment sometimes. But at the end of the day, quality over quantity, I think will win the day, right? I can have 50 videos a day, but if they're crap and they bring no quality, then to me it's like a wasted effort. But if like yesterday, I spent a couple hours researching this, and I feel this is where this show needs to go more into the quality of the show and the quantity. Well, quantity can yeah. So anyways, give me your thought on that segment right there. Let me know if you agree, disagree, or did I open your eyes to something, and did I make you just think? And then at the end of the day, if you're telling me, you gave me something to chew on, boom, I did my job, right? If you're with me, give me two, a little Ric Flair. And a tick, 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 boom, and mission accomplished right there. Right. There you have it. That is Jekyll and Hyde. And right now we're going to go to the college football predictions for week number 4 in college football. And if you go to the front page here at atsstats.com, go to college football, go to the Raymond Report, free college football predictions for week number 4. And you see here, what I'm going to do now each and every week, I'm going to take the top 4 or 5 games, and I'm going to give you guys that. And if you want to get all the college football games for this weekend, you know what? Just go to the members area or go to your VPP, and we'll give you the CAL, the forecast. Again, the CAL stands for chances of winning, and the forecast is the computer forecast that we're going to give here, right? So you got West Virginia taking on the Hokies, Virginia Tech. I believe this is a Thursday game, right? -1.5 is the line on the Mountaineers. 51.5 is the total. We're giving West Virginia a 64% chance of winning compared to 58.06 for the Hokies. And I got this score 26.9 to 26.07. So you know what? Maybe the over is where you want to lean on that. Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers taking on Georgia State. We got the Chanticleers winning by 60% chance of winning on the percentage play. I got a 31-27 final here for Coastal Carolina, and that should be a great game right there. Virginia taking on Syracuse. Hey, what's Dino Babers? What's going on over there in the orange? Hey, these guys are looking pretty good right now. 10.5 point favorite against the Cavaliers and 93% chance of winning. I got a 35-19 final for Syracuse. Air Force against Nevada, a 23.5 point favorite here for the Air Force. The Falcons, a 95% chance of winning, only giving Nevada here a 4.8% chance of winning. I got a 30-13 victory favoring Air Force. Boise State taking on UTEP. The Broncos, a 15-point road favorite. I got 83.3% chance of winning here for Boise State against the Miners. 44.5 is the total, and I got a 32-16 final favoring Boise State. So we got them almost right there on the number, right? Covering, but I don't lay 15 points. And Clemson, hey, Dabo Sweeney and the Tigers taking on Wake Forest. What a game that was against Liberty. Our best bet last week, the Liberty Flames. That was you know what? Hugh Freeze, man, I got to give him credit. He went Brian Dable on that game and went for 2, but unfortunately lost with that last play call. 68.7% chance of winning here for Clemson, and 25.1 for Wake Forest. And you know what? I'm just not sold on Clemson's offense right now. We'll see this week. This is a pretty good Wake Forest team. I got a 30-21 victory here for Clemson on the computer forecast, but there's no way I'm laying 7.5 points for Clemson on the road, right? Remember, I just went through the home and road factors. I think Wake Forest plus 7.5 might be worth a good look. And if you want to get the remaining games of all the college football games, all you got to do is go to let's see, college football daily VPP, and then you click on college football. And then what you do, once you get that, you go game matchups, and then you what I just rounded off to you guys, it's all right there, and you can see it all right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get to see my good friend OG Wheats in the house. Good morning, OG. Hope you're having a great morning, great people. Stumbling in late, tumbling in is OG Wheat. Hey, as Chris Berman would say. Hey, boom, says Bien Trabajo. And what's up, says OG Wheat. All right, folks, don't forget, hit that like button if you do like the show. And speaking of the show, let's get on to your baseball VPP, your value and percentage play. And again, if you're tuning in for the very first time, my name is Ron Raymond. I've been in this industry since 1996, and this ain't my first rodeo. My first ever website I ever started was the PST, the Phoenix Sports Ticket. Created over 30 websites in this industry. Some of the tools that I kept. And if you ever want to see some of the tools that I created or some of the website, ATS Calculator, B-Ball Picks, Bullpen Picks, Hockey Picks, ParlayCalculator.com, Street Catcher, the World Series. These are all sites that I maintain throughout the years. And you can see them each and every day just by going to our markets and then click on any of these links. Let's go to Major League Baseball, and let's take a look at some of the games on deck here today. And game number 1, you got Washington taking on Atlanta. I got a 66% chance of winning for the Braves. I'm not laying 270. Mets taking on Milwaukee. Big win for the Metropolitans. -135 against Milwaukee. I believe it's Hauser going today against Taijuan Walker. And I'm gonna lean with the Brewers here. In fact, you know what? Let me go to bullpen picks. I'm gonna show you guys my picks today. I thought, you know what? Let's change it up here a bit today. Let's go to bullpen picks, and I'll show you my percentage play picks. So if you go to bullpen picks, and if you ever want to follow my selections, go to most followed, look for Ron Raymond, click on follow my picks, and then go to your following link right here. And this, to me, is one of the tools that I love, is when I compare my picks with other good baseball handicappers. But I do like Atlanta at 57%. I like the New York Mets at 58%. I'm going to go with Cincinnati today at 53%. Now, the percentage play that I'm rambling off here, that's my confidence level on that team, right? So it's not the 53% chance of winning. It's the percentage play that I gave in my confidence level on that game, on that team. Miami taking on Chicago. I'm going to go with the Marlins here at 54%. I'm going to go with Houston. I think they're going to sweep them. I think Dusty Baker's he's playing for keeps here. He's playing to win the game. 57%. I'm going to go with Gausman today against, I believe it's Wheeler. Is it Zach Wheeler going here today for the Phillies, or Noah Syndergaard? It's either Syndergaard or Wheeler, but I see Syndergaard right here, so it could be Syndergaard. But I'm going to go with Kevin Gausman. I'm going to go with Baltimore over Detroit at 58%. I'm going to go with the Bronx Bombers here, the Yankees at 57%. I'm going to go with the Halos. I'm going to go with the Halos on the road at 51%. Not a very strong play. Chicago White Sox, Lance Lynn. He's been pitching better of late, so give me the White Sox here at 54%. The Twins, I'm going to go with, I believe it's Bailey Ober here today against Danielle Lynch at 54%. I'm going to go with the home team here, the Rockies, at 52%. You got Herman Marquez against Logan Webb. I'm going to go with the Cy Young winner of last year, Robbie Ray against James Caprelin against Oakland at 55%. I'm going to go with the Cardinals here. I know San Diego got one last night, 5-0, but I'm going to go with a law of average play here today. I'm going to take Miles Mikolas at 55%, and I'm going to go with the Dodgers today at 58%. And if I were to play one play today, I think I might go back to the Blue Jays here. I think I'll probably go back to the Blue Jays. 16-5 last 45 days on the road, and I like Houston. I like Houston at -130 with Lance McCullers Jr. going. Those are two plays that I'm giving serious consideration. And you can see right there, 57 and 56%. And you can see my percentage, gold, silver, and bronze plays are right there. All right, so those are my baseball picks for today. A wacky Wednesday, September 21st. And hit a 5-unit play, says Nico Kelly. Good morning, Nico. And good morning, peeps, says Ron Fry. Let's get this bread. Yeah, let's get the pearls, baby. Let's go get the pearls. Timmy Two Shoes in the house. Hey, probably one of the funnest names to say, Timmy Two Shoes. I love...
Can we have fun?
Yeah.
You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Yeah, I love saying the Timmy Two Shoes. Eh? Just slides out nicely. All right, just practicing the discipline, says OG Wheat. Yeah, you know what? Flex. He's flexing his discipline right there, and you got to be disciplined. And the thing is, if you are not using a sound money management system like we talked at the top of the show, what are you? You an action investor? Yeah, you got to scratch that itch every day. You got to put those 7, 8, 9 picks in each and every day, and then you're broke by the weekend. Or you're the singles better, right? Just hit singles, pick your spots, and maybe you're like maybe a good analogy is like a pitcher in a starting rotation, right? You pick your spots when it's time to step up to the bump, right? All right, what do we got on deck here next? Let's go to the sports betting options, and I'm going to show you guys something else before we log off for today. In fact, how we doing here for time? Not bad, 50 minutes. So I like to keep these shows within the hour. I don't want to keep you guys hostage here too long. But if you go to the front page of ATS Stats and you see this is our top 25 sports betting options. This is something you should be checking every day, right? And this is all about situational handicapping. This ain't power ratings. What this does is I've put in the algorithm situational things that I find very important to find value, percentage play, and the performance cycle, so they favor you the better. And if you go look at here, and we do include some CFL picks. These are my top 25 sports betting options. And if you don't want all sports, and let's say you just want baseball, for today, Wednesday, September 21st, and this is what I love about this feature here at the website, it changes every day. And the thing is, it's like the stock market, right? You can't go up forever, you can't go down forever, and you got to find that happy medium. And this is what we do here. San Diego is the #1 play here today, according to the Raymond Report. Neutral 17 days, 48% chance of winning. On the Daily Market Value Index, the DMVI, you can see we had them listed at -135, so they are undervalued by $10, which is okay in my books. And against B-type teams, they normally win 52% of their games. Seattle comes in at #2. Texas at number 3, San Francisco at number 4, and the Baltimore Orioles, your top 5 sports betting option today. And what I noticed right off the hop, only 2 C-type teams, Texas and San Francisco. So you know me, out they go, right? Out they go.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Oh,
C-type
no,
teams.
never.
Why not?
Against the rules. You know, you're stupid when you do that.
Yeah, C-type teams against the rules. I don't bet on C-type teams. And if you want to see the other teams, you go to the website, just pull down menu and go get the teams you want to see from each categories. All right. So the Riders do a crossover and meet Winnipeg for the Cup, eh? Says Chad Suzuka from Regina. Hey, how you doing there, Chad? Hopefully things are going well in Saskatchewan. Keep hey, what's going on with your team there? Now they're picking fights. Was it your team picking fights in the parking lot against the BC Lions, or was that Calgary? I don't know. All right, let me see here. Atlanta, Yankees, Jays, Astros. That's a COVID special, says Solo Rider. Fade Fat Lance, says Solo Rider. Before I was introduced to the Ron Raymond system, I was an action junkie. I would lose a lot more than I would win. Adopt the 10 commandments and you will see light at the end of the tunnel. And that's F. Hey, thanks, F. Appreciate that. Hey, you know what? At the end of the day, if I just, not trying to change anybody, their betting habits, just trying to take, have an open mind, have a different approach to your sports betting habits and the way you're sports betting. And again, if you're making money and your system works, don't change a thing. Just keep going, right? Hold the rope, get on the bus, and have fun. But if you're struggling, okay, as Joe Namath would say, if you're struggling with your sports bets and you're not having a lot of fun, check out the Raymond Report. Check it out. Follow the golden rules. Follow this show. Follow the bullpenners. Hey, these are what I call the closers right here. And if you follow some of the golden rules, you're not going to win a king's ransom, but it might change the way you approach your sports betting.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, Stone Cold says it's time for the 80% Club, and we all know what time it is, right, Alan?
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
Not silly at all, because we are talking about the 80% Club stats here at ATSstats.com. This is what I call the fun facts. And always remember, trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent. The Atlanta Braves, 25-2 as a 260-280 home favorite, and the total is 8-9 since 1996. And I don't recommend laying 260 or 280. Let's get on to the Rays. 10-1 as a home team, coming off 2 unders this season, but they're going to have their hands full today against Lance McCullers Jr. and the Houston Astros. The Dodgers 9-1 on a wacky Wednesday this season. The San Francisco Giants 9-1 as a 120-140 road favorite on the current season. Let me see. The Braves, the Red Sox 12-2 as a 160-180 road favorite, coming off a game that went under the last 10 years. So that looks well here for the let me see here, the Boston Red Sox. And let's get a mic drop here. Let's see if we have a mic drop. Do we have a mic drop? Yeah, let's go. Hey, where's the Jays? Did I see a Jays? No, I saw a Rays. No Blue Jays? Okay, here we go. Probably not a mic drop, but we'll use it anyways. The Blue Jays, 9-2 as a road team in the months of September this season. That's not a good one. Got to give you guys a good one here. Let me see here. Here we go. No, the Braves, all right, here we go. Oakland, 8-2 as a 160-180 home underdog. There you go. A home underdog coming off a win against a right-handed pitcher the last 10 years. And those are the 80% Club, courtesy of ATSstats.com. And as Allen Iverson would say,
we talking about practice.
No, we're talking about 80% Club stats. All right, there you have it. That is the show here today in a nutshell. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Enjoyed. I just made a new word here. I'm making new words here every day.
Struggling.
Yeah, struggling. Thank you, Joe. But, hope you enjoyed the show here today. And again, if you do enjoy the show, hit that like button, share this on your favorite platform. And again, teach, win, repeat. That's the motto of the show, courtesy of my good friend, Gloria K.
Put that coffee down.
Yeah. Yeah, you made the show when you get your own soundbite, eh, Gloria? All right, there you have it. That is the show here today for a wacky Wednesday, and it was a little bit wacky, but at the end of the day, we got the job done, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. All right, I'll be back here on a Thirsty Thursday, or what I call a full Friday, and in the meantime, Shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back here tomorrow with another edition of the Raymond Report.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Joe owned the Chiefs.
Owns.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Great cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo! If you smile, what the rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
Hey now, would you look over there? Big red lips, long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me catch your stare. Like the way you walk over there. Hey now, would you look over there? Long black boots and long hair. Say, come here, baby, let me catch your stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Ain't no girl like, ain't no girl like that. No girl like that. I just want to talk to you. Talk to you. Come on, let's try it around. Take the top down, fool around. Come on, let's try it around. Take the top down, fool around. Hey! Hey now, would you look over there? Big red lips and long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you a stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.